That even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
This is a warning. Evacuate. This is a warning. Before it's too late. Live from the city where we ready for action.
Camille. Hi. Our food influencer on the trip. It's so good to see you back.
Thank you.
You came with us to South Africa the year before last, and now here you are in Nigeria.
Yes.
You enjoying your trip so far?
Yes, I love it. Nigeria is very different from South Africa.
Very different, right?
Yes.
What strikes you as the main difference?
I feel like people here are, like, it feels more connected to the Black diaspora, if that makes sense. I feel like South Africa, while there were Black folks there, felt a little bit more colonized by, like, was it the Dutch or?
Yeah, it was the Dutch.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Well, everybody, I mean, I haven't seen many people other than Black Africans.
Exactly, right. Actually, yeah. So I had an experience being like a lighter skinned Black person. I guess like they're not used to seeing that. So like when we went to the Badagry, they like kind of rushed all the light skinned Black folks and were like taking pictures with them because it's not like something they're exposed to.
Yeah, that happened in my child when we came here. Everyone was taking pictures like, it's Michael Jackson, you know. I mean, there's a whole vibe. They're not used to seeing us. Yeah. You're a foodie, a food influencer.
Yes.
Tell us your IG so people can follow you.
Yes, my Instagram is meals.with.Camille.
Meals.with.Camille.
Yes.
You've had a few meals. What do you think so
Yes.
far? Anything stand out?
Absolutely. Any stew, like the beef stew, the chicken stew, delicious. I tried suya today on my pizza for the first time. I was going to hit up the Burger King right next door for a suya burger, but, you know, they had it here, so thank God.
What did you think?
It was good. I like the suya itself. It was delicious.
Everything's so spicy to me.
It is spicy. I had to slow it down today. Actually, like, had to chill on the spice.
Yeah, they like it spicy in Nigeria. What about the beer? I saw you tried the African beer.
It was delicious. It tasted more like a cider. It was very sweet with like a bitter aftertaste, but I loved it. I want to take some home.
Yeah, you're gonna take some home?
I hope. We'll
okay.
see. Yeah.
And how was the market for you today?
The market, it was lovely. I got a really beautiful piece of artwork. I got some waist beads for myself and some jewelry for my family. So yeah, I loved it. The bargaining part was, I felt a little bit more comfortable. I think like, you know, having the support of our tour guides to tell us like, you know, you have to bargain, and yeah, that helped out a lot.
Yeah, I know. I have trouble bargaining because I'm like, but that's $5. Why would I bargain?
Right.
It's, you know, it sounds like thousands of dollars, but it's really $5.
Yes.
And how are you processing the Badagry? You mentioned it in terms of them approaching you as a lighter skin, and not only lighter skin, you have like greenish blue eyes. I'm sure they were, whoa.
Yeah.
But for you, as far as encountering yourself or encountering your ancestors, how are you processing that?
Yeah, honestly, I did get a little bit emotional when we were holding the chains. Just imagining like how heavy it was and how like our ancestors had to carry that, you know, across. And just thinking about like how many generations there were to come like before us, and here we are today. You know, I get to like take pictures of this on my phone and post it to social media. It's like my ancestors never would have imagined this, so it's a shock. Like I can't even describe it, you know.
How are you feeling?
A lot of things. I feel sad, I feel proud, I feel like strengthened.
Yeah, that's a great description. And what are you still looking forward to? What's on the itinerary that you're rubbing your hands going, ha ha ha, I can't wait to do that?
I can't wait for Ghana. I love Nigeria. But I'm definitely looking forward to Ghana. Why? I don't know. I just want to shop in Ghana. Yeah. There's a song in one of Beyonce's, I can't remember the line, but it's like waist beads from Yoruba, which Yoruba is actually in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But I just want waist beads just in general. Yeah.
So you want waist beads from every country.
Exactly, yeah.
She says waist beads from Yoruba, and we're actually in Yoruba country because Lagos is majority Yoruba, but you're collecting. Let me tell you something, Ghana's a great place to shop. So just fill up both of your arms with bracelets because they're going to take them from you when you get home. your family, your friends,
Yeah.
people you meet at parties. They're
Mhm.
going to be asking for those.
Yeah.
Camille, what, it's interesting right now for me too. We've got an intergenerational thing, at least 2, maybe 3 generations on this trip now, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Nieces and nephews, and with aunties, grannies with, granddaughters. How are you? What would you say, or what would you share with your generation? You're Gen Z, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not millennial, Gen
Mhm.
Z. Miles is millennial. You're Gen Z. So we may have 4 generations on this trip.
Wow.
Yeah, Her to Granny is 4 generations.
Amazing.
The greatest generation down to Gen Z on one. Yeah, almost latest. What would be your message to Gen Z?
To Gen Z, I would say travel as much as you can, learn about your history, be intentional about where you go, why you go, and to just enjoy the whole experience. To also keep in mind, like, I guess, what it took for us to be brought here today while you travel. Yeah.
And how has it changed you, the traveling, if it has, traveling
Yeah.
first to South Africa, now to Nigeria, next to Ghana and the
Yeah.
Republic of Benin?
Yeah.
So we're going to see 3 countries on this trip, which is incredibly ambitious. But I know it's more than that. It's energy, it's art, it's people, it's food, it's time zones. How, if it has changed you, how has this traveling changed you?
I think it just reminds me that, like, I just graduated from school. So even with my education, I feel like there's still so much I don't know. It just reminds me that, like, I'm always learning something new. And then on top of that, like, there's history that has intentionally been hidden from us. So it's like we have to do the work to understand that and also process all this new information that we're receiving. So I think it's just helping me, like, be a little bit more open-minded and accepting, and just know that I'm not going to know everything, and, like, that's okay to just go with the flow and take it all in.
Congratulations to you, by the way. You got a big degree, not a little degree.
Big one.
A big degree. What's your degree?
Yeah, master in social work.
Woo! Yes, that's part of what we're celebrating on this trip.
Yes, thank you.
You getting that big degree, that
Yeah.
master's in social work.
Thank you.
But I've heard this, it's like a theme for our trip. It's not just what you read in the book, it's putting your feet on the ground that has it adds like a different depth of dimension to what you've been learning, right?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it's like this with education, I feel like it complements each other. Yeah.
Masters of social work.
Yeah.
And an expert traveler, world traveler. Now we'll have been to 5 African countries by the time you get home from this trip.
Well, actually, 4.
Oh, you guys didn't go to Zimbabwe.
I did not.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. You didn't go.
Yeah.
So 4 African countries.
Don't rub it in. No, I'm just kidding.
Next time you'll come. Zimbabwe was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah. Well, thank you for stopping to talk, and thank you for just your positive energy, because it seems to be contagious throughout all of the travelers on the trip.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time. Whenever news breaks, while we're on the air, it's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580. And we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. And I thank you, thank you.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cow Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Steve is with us with his wife Diane once again. It's great to see you guys. We miss you in LA. Happy to see you in Africa.
Well, thank you. We're really enjoying ourselves. This is our second trip to Africa with the Trailblazers, and I'm trying to think which one is the better one, but so far we're enjoying the heck out of this because we are both descendants of Nigerians. So this and yesterday was really affected us because our family, our ancestors were from Nigeria, and we really wanted to do something here to bring back and share to family members. So that was one of the main reasons why I went to the edge of the ocean to grab some sand, so they could at least have some type of emotional feeling and with a little connection with the Nigerian country.
I understand it. I have a little bit of earth from every single nation I visited. Just to have it, you know. Yeah. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. Feel it. It's an energy, right? It's a vibe.
It is.
I touched the ground. I just took a tiny bit home with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after Terry, what's Terry's last name? I'm not quite sure.
I can't remember right at the moment,
Terry,
but our friend Terry.
Terry, when she got really emotional.
Yes, she did.
And I felt it because it brought back memories, because I'm really in tune on our ancestors, and because we have family reunions all the time, and I'm usually in charge of the family reunion. So I just passed it on to another generation of young folks to take it over, but we stress our ancestors quite a bit. We bring up so much stuff because, as I mentioned last year, I was raised by my grandmother only because my mother passed away from childbirth from having me and I have a twin sister. So she passed away, so our grandmother raised us, or the two of us, and we kind of inherited all the things that she had showed our mother. And I never had the opportunity to really meet my mother or even kiss my mother or anything like that. And it's 12 of us. So I'm the baby of the family. And the baby is 70 years old. So, so you can see that there's a lot more people older than I am. So the things that she taught us, the first thing she taught us was the gift to give. She wanted to make sure we gave back to as much as possible, because at times, and I bring it up at the reunion a lot, at times we call homeless people, at our times we call them hobos. So the hobos would get off the train and come to our house, and she would feed them. And she wouldn't allow them to come in the house, but she would feed them on the porch. And it's, for some reason, everybody knew where to come. Like, we rode the train, they always just came to our house. Or they'd stand on the porch and ask us, "Hey, could you help us? Could you help us?" And she showed us, we don't have anything, but whatever you have, make sure that you can share it with other folks. So, and when Terry got so emotional, I just started thinking about her. And I started thinking about my great-great-grandmother, her mother, because she lived quite a long time. And she would come down and just show us little things. And one time she brought down two little twigs, and she asked me to plant them in the ground. And now you can go back home. One of them we kind of killed because we played football on the hill. But the other one, the tree is so huge. I mean, so every time I go back home, I take a little piece of that tree off. So at one of our reunions, what I'm going to do is put a plaque on it. I'm going to call it Granny's Tree.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. So you're really big on the ancestral connection, keeping the family legacy and tradition going. Yeah. And all of us, I think, felt it when Terry started to cry and to wail. It was like she was expressing the pain for all of us. Yes. And I know that you're really big on reparations. It's one of the things you fought for your whole life. When you travel here, and see the slave memorials, but also the joyous, creative, the art side, how does it make you think about reparations? How does it impact the way you see reparatory justice?
Well, when I really look at just the housing alone, the tin roofs, that brings back so much stuff because I was raised up in that environment. Even though I didn't live with my father and my stepmother, my grandmother made sure that I went down and played with my other brothers, and we stayed connected because she didn't want our father to take two babies because he already had 8 kids. So she wanted to relieve some of the pressure off of us, but she wanted to make sure that we all stay connected. So they stayed in another community called Smelterville. Tin roofs, odd houses, water pumps, the water pump where the community all shares it, right on the Mississippi River. So the houses were still, every 7 years, the Mississippi would flood. So I seen all that and played, even though I didn't live in that environment on a daily basis. I mean, sometimes I would spend the night and stuff like that, but I seen it all. And just the odd houses, when people would, you dig holes, make it like a little shed, a little outhouse. When it fills up, pick up the shed and you move it, and you fill it in. Water pump. It
reminds me of what we see in the villages here.
That's the whole thing. It reminds you, and then we say we don't need reparations. Those things affect me more than probably a lot of people because they haven't seen that side of it. But we know reparations is more than a check. It's the things. It's the racism. It's more so than anything. It's racism in the policies that they enacted to keep us down. And I mean, we can go on and on about all the little stuff that affects us, that people only want to think about a check or this and that, but not being able to read. Why is our education system so poor? Why do we allow our kids to pass? And why do schools have, I guess, unwritten rules? Why do schools have unwritten rules that you have to pass kids regardless? Give them a 70. Why? Mm-hmm. I mean, that affects us. And then when you come here and you see all these kids that are not in school, not involved in any type of education, and then when you think about what the miseducation of the Negro, it's the miseducation of Black folks all over the world.
Well, because when we talk about Africa, we're talking about colonization as opposed to enslavement. Mm-hmm. But they both impact the education system in similar ways. Yes. But one of the things, and this is a pet peeve of mine, Steve, is when people come here, Black Americans come here, they start comparing our kids to the African kids, and a lot of times they're favorable in their reviews of the African children because they're very well behaved, mm-hmm. and the ones that are in school are grateful to be there, and they listen and they study hard, and they're more joyous and open than our kids. And my thing about that is, our kids are carrying 12 generations of enslavement. Our kids are carrying trauma. Mm-hmm. Our kids have to watch their brothers and cousins and parents be shot by police. Yes. So even though these African children have the oppression and colonization that they face on this continent, it is not the same. No. They've been raised in the majority. They don't have the burden. They're not in the belly of the beast. And so I don't think it's a fair comparison. And I feel like we don't give our children enough credit for thriving and surviving despite the oppression, both seen and unseen, that they face every day in their little lives.
Oh, no, I totally agree. It's apple and oranges. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to compare either one.
Right.
But I think what we have to do is, Black Americans and Africans, we need to change this together. Well, each one of us is trying to change each other's country. We need to change this together, because we can reach out. I talked to a number of people here in the government. What benefits do the people have? They say they don't have any benefits. They have to pay for their own education. We have Nigerians that live in America. Why can't they come back and change this? We have American Blacks. Why do we allow Africa to exist like this today?
We also have some of our own problems we need to solve too.
I know, but why? Why can't Africans and Black Americans get together and solve both problems?
So you're looking for global solutions.
Yes, exactly. Why can't we do this? I mean, we have to step out of our comfort zone. And so many of us have been so comfortable for so long. And a lot of us has just given up. Really, it's just given up. And, in a couple of days, we're going to be going to Ghana. I have my best friend who passed away, married a young lady from Ghana. She's and wow. And when I think about that, I think about Du Bois. Why did Du Bois leave this country?
W.E.B. Du Bois, where the Du Bois Center is in Ghana.
Yes. And why did Du Bois leave America?
Political persecution.
Okay. Yes. Of course.
The first Trump era.
Yeah, there you go. But then there's other people that want to leave this, what they call a mess. America's a mess right now. They want to leave this and come back here, but they don't know how to do it, and they don't know what to search for.
Yeah.
But it's so important if we could have a global reparations and start hitting the world, even if we don't get anything. Why not hit the world courts just to make people aware of it and see what the world courts are going to say about America is asking for, even if they deny it. The whole point is, let's make sure we put it in the light, in these neon signs.
I mean, just like the UN has already backed us.
That's right.
So why stop there?
That's right.
Absolutely.
We need to do something.
Well, I'm glad you and your wife have returned.
Yes.
I'm glad you come back with us. And, for all of the problems and the challenges, and your challenge to all of us to create global solutions. I know there's some optimism and some hope and some joy, because otherwise you wouldn't keep coming back.
No, it's true. That is so true. Well, I have, basically I really have to come back, because it comes back to my grandmother. I have to share this with my relatives. The whole point of coming to Africa is just to share, because I know a lot of my relatives will never come, might not even have the opportunity to come, or just don't want to come. But so I have the opportunity to put it on WhatsApp and share the pictures and share the little captions and stuff like that, and they all enjoy it. So it's, Africa is something that at one point I always wanted to live here. And I'm really leaning, if I could convince Diane,
your wife,
I would love to, to say, screw this mess over there, because, at some point you just have enough. You don't think things are just going to change enough, because all these, just like my brother's book, Juneteenth, the Promise of Freedom. He's got a page in there, I think it's on page 191, that shows all the policies that affected us from the 1800s to 2000. And it tells us all those policies that put us back every time we did something. These policies just made us step back a few steps and relook and rethink these things as, wow, this is what happened. Then we have to figure out, wow, this is why we couldn't do this. This is why, who stopped me? It was the policies. And I'm not going to say that racism was part of the policies, but you can't overlook it neither, because these policies create genocides. They really do. They create genocides, and if we don't start doing something in the court system, we have to start going to court. We just got to go to court to see what the court system is going to say. Just bring it to light. Just like in the '60s when they had the Selma March, they wanted that to be on TV. They wanted the people to see that, to see what was actually happening. So we need to make America see what the court, even though the courts aren't for us, we need to make America see the courts.
Yeah.
They have to see these courts and what they're doing to us.
Well, I think the Supreme Court is showing us a lot right now.
Exactly.
But I'm glad you could come, and I think your mission of sharing with family and friends is what I hope all of our Trailblazers will do, because one family at a time, we can change people's attitudes and become more global in our outlook. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for all the work you do as well.
I appreciate it.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A Colorado man is facing federal hate crime charges after allegedly attacking pro-Israel demonstrators with Molotov cocktails and a flamethrower earlier this month. Community Relations Counsel Brandon Ratner says accountability is important.
When you have someone professing that he wants to kill the vast majority of Jews and then goes out and tries, we need to believe him and treat it as such.
Mohammed Solomon is accused of injuring 15 people. Andrew Wiley, the Black Tallahassee, Florida father accused of killing his 12-year-old daughter, has died in jail. Authorities say he suffered a fatal pulmonary embolism just 2 months after his arrest. His daughter, Lori Page, had been missing since 2023. And 50 Cent is hinting he'll play Balrog in the new Street Fighter movie. The rapper shared a casting report on Instagram writing, quote, "No days off, let's work. All roads lead to Shreveport." That's where filming is set to begin. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Both of LA's Major League Baseball teams got a win last night. The Dodgers beat Colorado 8-1. 6 RBIs for third baseman Max Muncy, including a grand slam in the 7th inning. The Dodgers wrap up their 3-game series at Colorado today with a day game. The Angels completed a 3-game sweep over Boston with a 5-2 win. At 40-40, the Angels are at 500 for the first time since May 23rd. The Angels are off today. They're at home Friday night against Washington. The Lakers had no first-round pick last night in the NBA draft. They gave it to New Orleans in 2019 in the trade to get Anthony Davis. The Lakers have the number 55 pick in tonight's second round. The Clippers had the last pick in the first round at number 30. They used it to select Yannick Konen-Niederhauser, a 7-foot center from Penn State. Niederhauser grew up in Switzerland. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr., inviting you to join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to play? Then jump into the LA84 Foundation's Free Playday Block Party, a community celebration for all ages, including live music, dancing, LA's pro sports teams, great local food trucks, plus special giveaways for you to take home. Enjoy an exciting, fun-filled day for the entire family. Join us Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 2141 West Adams Boulevard. To register, go to la84.org. We'll see you Saturday, June 28th at LA84 Foundation's Free Playday Block Party.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
Dyesha, this is your second trip with us, right?
Yeah, number 2.
Welcome back. Yeah, I'm glad to see you back again. So we're in the Lagos market. I'm trying to describe it, and I don't think I'm doing a good job. I said like sloss and swap meet on steroids meets like a museum. Like, how would you describe it?
Yeah, it's hard to describe. I think of it, it's almost like small, I almost want to say cells is what they look like to me, even with like the barred doors, right? But that's how small they were, and just filled with tons of stuff and as many shops as the eye could see. Every time I turned my head down one new walkway, there was at least 20 more shops. So it seemed like there were at least 100 shops, maybe more, concentrated in a very small area.
And what kinds of things caught your eye? What kinds of things did you like?
So I've been on the hunt for artwork. Like canvases, oil paintings, really large, because they are ones that are going to cost hundreds or thousands of dollars back in the States, right? But out here, I was getting them for $40 or $50, you know, beautiful paintings of different imagery of Black women. And so that's what I came out here to purchase.
I saw beautiful images of Black women. Mm-hmm. I mean, of all kinds, ones that look African, ones that look African American.
Yes.
So what'd you get?
So I got one painting that they said was a prominent African artist. I'm going to look him up when I get back, you know, look up the name and whatnot. But they have very long necks, and you could tell that it's definitely a style specifically for that artist. So I got one of those. I got a picture that was abstract of like a couple people like playing different instruments that matches my mother's room. It's like a golden yellow with like some scarlet red type of vibe. So it's got all that, some gold on it. So it was very unique. And then I got another one of a Black woman that actually looked African American with like the big fro type of thing. And she had like gold flowing from her eyelids.
Ooh,
so
pretty.
It was, yeah.
So did you, are you done?
Definitely not. I got more money to spend. With the rates of conversion over here, I mean, and getting paintings for $40 that, you know, would normally cost you $200, $300, $400 plus, it's hard to walk away from paintings that I'm seeing. So
talk about this money. I mean, I tried to describe the wads of money because of the conversion rate.
Yeah, it makes you almost feel like a dealer, almost, because you've got so much money. You know, you get, 1,500 naira to each $1 US. So you're walking around with stacks so big that you can't even fit it in your small waist bags, you know?
Or your big purse.
Yeah, or even a big purse.
It's crazy. Yeah. So, Dyesha, can I ask you what made you decide to come on a second trip to Africa?
Well, Ghana is one of the places that I have wanted to venture to, wanted to experience, and, you know, wanted to travel to. And so when Uchenna told me that he was going to do Ghana as the next location, he was kind of toying it and throwing it around last year on the trip. I was like, if you do Ghana, I'll be on the trip. And so when he announced it, I said, I'm for sure coming, because that's one of my places that I wanted to visit, one of the countries that I wanted to hit.
And that's where we're headed next.
Yep.
Right now we're in Nigeria, which a lot of people think, oh, you're going to Nigeria like we're crazy. But it's actually pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's definitely a lot of people that are concentrated in one area, but I think you get to see different cultural levels when you're out here, right? When we're driving through the city and you see the concentrations of people with their, you know, their umbrellas of multiple colors, and you see the taxis, and then you go to other areas and you see people driving like the Land Rovers, the Range Rovers, the Mercedes. You know, you see people on kind of every rung of the ladder, and you get to engage in cultural at those different rungs. So that's what I've definitely enjoyed so far.
Yeah. I never thought I would see so many people on one motorcycle.
Oh my God.
They know how to stack people on one motorcycle.
Yeah, they did. They even stacked me on one. I ended up being a third person on the back of a motorcycle. I said, as long as I got room for my feet and my hands, we'll make it. So. That's
right. But you're right. 30 people on a motorcycle, and then boom, you look over and there goes a Range Rover or Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of range. It's probably not what people imagine.
Not at all. It definitely was not what I imagined. I think because of a lot of the depictions also, imagine Nigeria to be, I guess, more developed than Kenya, right? And that wasn't the case. You know, Kenya, which is where we went last year, seemed to me, at least Nairobi, you know, as the central city, seemed a little bit more developed than Lagos. So yeah, it's just been interesting seeing the differences in all the different countries that we're hitting and the different cities that we're looking at inside of the different countries as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping and talking to me. Anything else you want to say to the people in the States?
I think that's it, other than you guys got to find a way to get here. Any country, it doesn't matter. Just find a way to put your toes on the ground, touch the motherland, come and visit. It's not as scary as people think it is, and they want to see us. They want us here. So come and visit.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Every mother deserves a healthy and joyous pregnancy and birth, and every baby deserves to thrive. That's why the Los Angeles County Abundant Birth Project is here. The Abundant Birth Project is a guaranteed income program that provides cash during pregnancy to pregnant individuals at the highest risk of preterm and low birth rate babies. Although program enrollment has closed, our commitment to Black joy and thriving continues. Through tailored services that foster mental well-being and community-based resources, we provide care and support during pregnancy and after the baby is born to help build brighter futures for our families. Join us in celebrating abundant births in LA County. For more information, please visit abundantbirthproject.org. abundantbirthproject.org.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ziprecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
Tony is back. I'm so happy that I have expressive, talkative people on this trip that aren't running from this microphone. We spoke with you yesterday, or day before yesterday, but today you had an adventure. You're having an adventure at the market.
I did. You know, the craziest thing is that I was going to go to sleep on the bus.
Okay,
I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to even go into the market, but I did. And I was like, okay, let me go and see this for myself. So I did. And it was an experience. It was really an experience. I'll tell you what, those people have some of the most greatest skills at, bargaining. I mean, it's up and down. It's you know, it was an experience.
I'm terrible at bargaining.
Why
were you not going to go? You just were going to chill?
I was like, chill, the rain. I was like, I didn't want to get home. And then it was like, do it. And I did. And it was like, oh, I'm awake now. Because it was a long night last night, let me tell you.
Oh, that's right. You guys were out partying.
Oh, man, last night was...
Last night was what? Fill in the blanks. I want to hear.
Anyway.
What happened in Lagos stays like
night.
you threw a concert.
We had a concert last night. Look. Can I say it?
Let them know.
Look, Miles got on the mic last night.
I wish I would have been there.
Up. We got video. Look. People started turning on their phones and going live when he got up. He closed it last night.
So you guys went and took over the club?
We went in the club. It was not our intention to take it over in the beginning. But Miles said, hey, I could spit a little bit. Really? DJ, we got Miles, California. It's in the house. He was like, what? Give him the mic. He said, you got music? Music? Yeah. Sent it to him. Dude thought it. Oh, man, he hooked it up. The sound was right. And then we had a guy on the saxophone. So you had a live set. There's Miles. It was off. I mean, it was, yeah.
And
it was all that.
And you and Cornelius just turning up?
Man, we turned it up. We did. Oh, my God. I'll tell you. This, man, if my daughter could see me or my son, he'd be like, that's my dad? Whoa.
California turn up in Lagos.
That would be like, oh, my kids be like, that's my dad? God, where did that come from? Whoa. We got video, though. We got video.
So are you surprising yourself on this trip?
Oh, man, I am. Yeah, I'm having a revamp. This is a whole new life right now, I'm telling you. I go back, it'll be Mr. Hawkins all over again. How you doing? It'll be all of that. This is gone. When I'm leaving here, this would probably never be seen again.
What happens in Lagos?
Man, it would be like, how you doing? The whole atmosphere. Oh, he saw me in action. He saw me. You know, I'm talking. One time, I'm like, yeah, just having a great time. Great conversation. Phone rings. Hello, Mr. Hawkins. And then, boom, back. When I leave here, it's going to be hello, Mr. Hawkins all over again.
Dr. Tony and Mr. Hawkins.
Hey, real talk, real talk. But
well, I'm glad you went to the club. I'm glad you came to the market.
Oh, yeah.
You might as well just go for it if you're going to have
I'm going to go all out.
in Africa.
I'm going all out. Yeah, I got 2 bricks left. It's over.
2 bricks is the money?
It's the money. Yeah. Ooh.
They're stacks.
Yeah. Yeah, make me feel like a YN. I don't know what all that means, but yeah, I got them all up here. I just hear when they say it, you know. So I'm like, you know, I'm watching these videos, see these guys, and they like, look at the YN. I'm like, yeah, okay, so my kids
just going with it.
Man, my kids be like, that can't be my daddy. What is that shit?
Just don't give him Miles low music. Don't give him Miles' Instagram because
you know what? His music was on fire last night.
Yeah, Miles is dope.
Oh yeah. If they come back, if the club is on tonight, we're going back.
Okay.
We on tour, baby.
Okay, so and what did you buy at the market? We kind of went off on a tangent.
Oh, let me tell you something. I did. I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect.
Look, I had to buy a couple things because when I go back home, you know, I got to go back as Mr. Hawkins. So I brought the wife some. I brought my daughter some. I brought my son something we can share intimately. So what I did is that I brought 2 wrist bracelets, right, for me and my son. So my thing is to take the bracelet, bless the bracelet. Once the blessed, and I wear it, I give it to him. and then he can pass it down to his son. So it's going to be a keepsake between us.
I love that. A family heirloom.
Oh, yeah,
coming
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
motherland.
Oh, yeah.
So the alter ego went to the club, and Mr. Hawkins went to the market.
Certainly.
All
yes,
right.
indeed.
And I'm so glad you allowed us to speak to both of you.
Oh, boy, let me tell you. Them two guys get together, it's over. It's over. Yes.
Thanks for sharing. I know
it's beautiful.
You're helping the folks that aren't here with us physically to get the spirit of what's going on here.
Man, look, save your money. Save your money. Give yourself some time, and you're going to go. Just begin to save, and then that time is going to come, and you get on it. Hop on it. And come. See it for yourself.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. TV gives you one appearance, but when you come, you get that real shakedown.
The real.
Yeah. And that's the
we are
beautiful
broadcasting from Nigeria, West Africa.
That's right.
African Focus Trailblazers.
That's right.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Can I get one shout out, please?
Absolutely.
Look, I want to give a shout out to all the brothers of the craft and to the sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star from California.
Love
I want to
it.
give that love to them. All
Give
right?
the love to them.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yes. Giving shout outs with the young California rap star, Miles Lowe.
Oh, for sure.
Mr.
And
Hawkins
that's what we said last
and
night.
Tony.
I like that.
And Dominique DiPrima. We are broadcasting from West Africa for KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Catch Prep is now enrolling for summer credit recovery in fall 2025. As South Los Angeles' top performing high school in English, math, and college access, Catch Prep is welcoming all 9th through 12th graders to enroll now. Catch Prep offers a small, supportive, and safe learning environment to help all students succeed, so that all students feel valued, respected, and motivated to reach their full potential. For the past 20 years, Catch Prep has helped more students of color gain admission to top-tier universities, with our graduating seniors earning a total of $3 million in scholarships, more than any other school in Los Angeles. We are dedicated to helping all students turn your college dreams into reality. Catch Prep is now enrolling. Visit us online at catchhighschool.com or call 323-293-3917. Space is limited. Please enroll now for summer credit recovery and fall 2025. Call 323-293-3917 or enroll today at catchhighschool.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus,
Hey there,
Ohio.
Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
What a trip it's been, and we're only days in. Miles Lowe and Dominique DiPrima representing all of the KBLA delegation, which includes you, as we travel through Nigeria, West Africa. Looking forward to tomorrow, where we'll enter the service chapter of our trip. We're going to be visiting a couple of schools where we've been able to raise the money for them to build water wells, and we're donating uniforms. We'll get to talk with the kids. So we'll share that journey with you. Of course, as I've said repeatedly, you're meant to travel with us, whether you get on a plane or not, virtually, audio, visually, and certainly vibrationally. So tap in with us on social media. We're at KBLA 1580 on every single platform. We're still streaming the audio on YouTube, but you're going to want to check us out on Instagram and TikTok and all those places. Follow KBLA 1580. Follow me, DiPrima Radio, DiPrima, and then radio. Follow Miles at Miles Lowe Music. Maybe you'll catch one of his performances. We've decided Miles is on an Africa tour, so you never know where a show might pop up in the motherland. And we're bringing as much of it to you as we possibly can. Tap in. Hit me up on socials. I'm so grateful for all of you who have been showing love and support on Instagram. Try to go live as much as I can to give you a flavor of where we are. That's dependent on having Wi-Fi, but so far so good. And on behalf of all 52 of us who are traveling from all walks of life, we're feeling stronger, feeling creative, and feeling inspired because we know you're with us. You're with us from Leimert Park to Washington, D.C. We know our friends, family, and our ancestors are walking with us on this trip, and it's really a pleasure and an honor to be able to do it. Big thank you to Tavis Smiley for making this possible with KBLA and the support of the radio station to be able to be international in our scope. Big shout out to Odell for holding it down for Miles Lowe and holding it down on those boards, keeping the station moving while we are on the move. And of course, lots of love to Uchenna, Emily, and Wargu, our African Focus family, Paul Babatunde, who saw us off at the airport and is keeping everything going. And much love to my adopted Nigerian Babatunde family, the Yoruba family that has taken me in. We will see you tomorrow. Like my mama, the great Dyesha Belhuemeur, used to say, history is now, and we are making it together. Until next time, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A Colorado man is facing federal hate crime charges after allegedly attacking pro-Israel demonstrators with Molotov cocktails and a flamethrower earlier this month. Community Relations Counsel Brandon Ratner says accountability is important.
When you have someone professing that he wants to kill the vast majority of Jews and then goes out and